Alright, I got a banger list for you guys. Popular fragrances from the last couple of years. Let's see if they're still worth it. Come on, jumping right into it. All the Body Ouds. Now, my opinion on the whole line has been pretty consistent the last few months. I love the way they all smell. Actually, I do really like all of them. Me personally. This is probably the most divisive one, Oud for Glory. This is the one where the most amount of people say they don't like it. The Amethyst smells like rose, so you need to like the smell of rose. This smells like fruit punch, but to me, the note of lychee is very predominant in it, so it smells like a lychee fruit punch. I like it, I sniff it, but I don't wear it. And Honor and Glory, it's one of my top 10 favorite scent profiles, but I don't often find myself wearing it, but I love to sniff it. It's one of the first caps I pop if I feel like having a little sniff of something delicious. So is the line overhyped and still worth buying? No, but you have to know what you're getting into. If you like the idea of a lychee fruit punch, you're gonna like this. If you like the idea of rose, you're gonna like this. If you like the idea of a delicious pineapple creme brulee, you're really gonna like this. But if you're like super manly, there's a good chance you're not gonna like it. It literally smells like a delicious, wonderful pineapple creme brulee. And if you've never tried that, which I don't even think I have either, you can envision it. Here's a picture. Imagine what it would taste like. I know Oud for Glory is a funny one. I personally think it has a little bit of a baccarat vibe. It's the saffron in there. It smells like a party. Yesterday's party. A cigarette. Burnt cotton candy. Burnt sugar. Whatever you want to say. And then if you really want to get crazy, you can start saying it smells like a tire, it smells like BO. I've heard everything. I personally really like this. This saffron had a similarity to BR540. So, like I said, is it still worth buying? It is, if you like any of those scent profiles. I like the way they all smell, but I personally don't really wear any of those fragrances. Actually, the one I wear for some reason is the Amethyst. I don't know why. Yeah, and I'm not really into rose, but every few months I pop the cap on this one and I go, oh yeah, let me give it a spray. And then I forget that it's super beastly, and then I'm gonna smell like rose for a solid day. So they're worth it, but you just need to be into those particular scent profiles. And you also need to be into hitting that like button, please, hitting that subscribe button, please. We're trying to get to 1900 flipping billion subscribers by the end of 2026. But by the end of the flipping day, we're trying to get to 200,000 subscribers. We're almost there. You're going to be the last person, so please hit that button. I'd appreciate you. The next one is one of yours. I'm going to call it a fan favorite because you guys like it, but I don't like it. And we've already established why. It's because I'm not as manly as you guys. You guys are out there making the big bucks, and if you wear this fragrance, you're obviously better than me. Club de Nuit, Intense Man, EDT, is it still worth it? Well, I don't know. Do you want to smell like Pledge for 10 minutes and then a rich 50-year-old man? If you do, then here you go. That's what this smells like. A rich guy that's 50. I'm only half of the first one. I'll let you decide which half. But like we've established, and like I just reiterated 1 second ago, I'm not manly enough to wear this fragrance. I think even when I'm 50, I will not be manly enough to wear this fragrance. I get whiffs of this in the air, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I can see why people like it. And I've smelled some versions of it, like in Le Parfait, the fragrance, not the ice cream. It's great. Green Irish Tweed, mixed with the Aventus DNA. Perfect. That I'm down with. Kayat al Fusan, hint of Aventus DNA, that pineapple. Beautiful, no problem. This, I don't love it, but a lot of you love it. And it's beastly, and it's cheap. So because it's beastly and it's cheap, I think it's still worth buying, but it's for real men only. If you're a young buck and you get this, there's a chance you might not like it, because it might remind you of your uncle, who might be me. Where do you live? What's your aunt's name? Let me know, and I'll verify if I'm your uncle. I'm just being totally serious. Alright, next one up. Actually speaking of Kayat al Fusan, perfect. See this? Like, they almost smell the same. This is better. This is more delicious. This is juicy. This just doesn't last as long. These two together, that's some magic right there. And overall, keeping the theme of this video, is this still worth buying? I think so. If you like delicious manly pineapple, that doesn't last very long. That's the thing. It just does not last very long. I feel like even on clothes, this fades pretty fast. It depends what article of clothing. I guess I haven't tested which fabrics. I feel like it lasts on my scarf, but not on my sweater. So one's probably wool and one's probably cotton. I don't know. There might be a slight difference. But either way, I love the way this smells. And this is the reason this whole channel exists. So all hail flippin' Kayat al Fusan over here. All right. You are an honorary member of the royal family. Because if you were not good with your little magnetic cap and your delicious smelling manly pineapple, this channel would not exist. Because I would have not gone down the fragrance rabbit hole. I would have been like, oh, well, I just wasted 20 bucks. And I would have moved on with my life. But I got this and I was like, oh my god, this is where $20 fragrances are at these days? This is amazing. And then I bought like 5 Latafas. One of them being Assad, which is not in this video. And needless to say, here we are. 2 years later. And I went from one fragrance to like 350, I don't even know the number. I haven't wanted to count in like 6 months. But we'll do a full collection video soon. My collection actually looks wonderful. It's organized by color right now. It's beautiful. All right, moving along. Next one up, super hypey over here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna smell it first though. I gotta indulge myself. I mean, I'm the one flipping making the videos. I'm doing the work. Woo! Might as well get a little kick out of it. And this one gave me a little kick. This might be my scent of the day. I mean, I wear it a bunch in the summer. and I love it. Nautica, Voyage. But now I've been painted a broader picture. To me personally, I get cucumber water, but I believe it's been reformulated slightly because a lot of people say they have some older bottles and that one smells a lot more like melon. And I would love to smell a melony Nautica Voyage. That to me sounds like a dream. But I also love the way cucumber water smells. I did not think I was gonna like the way that smells. The first time I ever heard that was Miss Fresh. She smelled it in some curly video and immediately was like, whoa, cucumber water. But I was intrigued. Because I'm someone, when I see that little jug of cucumber water at the restaurant, I march right on over and get myself a little glass. I have no shame. I'll do it. So I was curious, but I did not think that this fragrance could be as popular as it was if it actually smelled like cucumber water. Even as I was unboxing this fragrance, I was throwing shade at it, saying no way it's gonna smell like cucumber water. And if it does, no way people like it. There's just no way. And then I smelled it and I was like, oh my God, it actually smells literally like cucumber water. But like I said, there's some people with some older bottles and they apparently smell melon, but I smell cucumber water, and for the summer, this is a dream. It's so good. Oh my God. I mean, seriously, a bigger designer needs to put this in a fancier bottle and just charge $400. I'm sure there'll be a whole drove of little sheep that march right on over and pay whatever the price is, and thinking they're so unique with their cucumber water, not knowing it's a $12 Nautica Voyage. Mark my words, if that happens, this video is timestamped in the space-time continuum over here. But anyways, do I still think flipping Nautica Voyage is worth it? Yeah, I do. Up to $20, it is definitely worth it. And I've seen it as low as 10. And at $10, I mean, it's a pretty slamming deal. I actually bought a backup bottle, but then gave it away as a gift. It was a perfect gift. Because it was $10. But to that person, all they saw was Nautica. And they were alive in the 90s, so they were like, ooh, Nautica, yeah. It's like when my mom sees Calvin Klein, she still thinks it's like 1997 and like Calvin Klein's hip still. Alright, let's keep it moving. One of the most popular fragrances in existence. And one of the most controversial flippin' fragrances in existence. You should see some of the comments I have on my main video about this flippin' fragrance. Hawas? I mean, people losing their minds on me. Bro, I verified, checked your bottles. They're definitely fake. I don't care that you used Jensen's code and you bought it from a reputable source. It's for sure fake. I mean, you should see people losing their minds on me. All capital letters. I might have stopped responding to those comments. But man, Hawas, when people see this blue juice, do they get triggered? It's just a couple batches from like a year ago that the guy put the wrong dye in or whatever. Like, no big deal. And to my nose, that might be playing tricks on me, it feels a little bit stronger. Maybe because it's a little bit older, but it feels a tiny bit stronger than the purple one. But either way, I love the way it smells. Hawas is flipping Hawas. It's amazing. Invictus-y. Invictus Aqua-y. Although, yes, this came out first. I mean, the blue's amazing. Oh my God, let me actually see if the purple smells the same out of the atomizer today. This is smelling like sweet today, like candy almost. Ooh, it's so good. All right, let's smell the purple. They're smelling so similar. So good. Oh my God, I so love Hawas. I mean, I went through a nice little chunk of this blue one before I realized it might actually be real and possibly a 1 or 2 off batch rare one. So I'm gonna keep it. In case people go Hawas crazy in 10 years. I'll check eBay, it'll be worth $55 instead of the 50 I paid. Talk about a come up player. But yeah, I still think Hawas is worth it if you can find it at a good deal. But I've heard the $20 bottles of Hawas are not performing as well as the $50 bottles. Well, sorry there, brother. I don't know what to tell you. If your fragrance that you paid half the amount for is not as strong, I guess spray 2 times the amount. Okay. Actually, let's just talk about the ice too. I still think the ice is worth it too. But not if you already have the OG Hawas. Yeah, they're similar. I think they're similar, but this one's like a little icy. I still think there's mint in here, or menthol, but there's not. But there's something in here that like kind of makes it live up to its name. If you have them both on skin, you go back and forth. After a few minutes, this does kind of feel a little frosty. And I personally like the way it smells. And if you are going to pick between one or the other, I don't know. It's win-win. Just decide if you want like a slight little bit of icy minty vibe. If you do, then this one's here. If not, then Hawas is still flipping Hawas. And I still think it's worth it. And the last one here. Woo! Oh, it's so good. But is it redundant because it has 2 flankers now? That is the question. OG Camera? That's funny. Actually, I don't know, because it's tricky, because I bought this one first. So my perspective is a little skewed on it, because I like it. If I was just coming into fragrances today, I probably would be leaning towards the Kawa, because I'd be like, oh yeah, a little coffee hit on it. And the Kawa's my favorite. I do like the Kawa, and I like the Dukan too. And despite what the notes say, the base of the Dukan is still Camera. It's still that cinnamony, boozy wonderfulness. It's just, the cinnamon's like ramped down on that one. Like some of the other spices are ramped up a little bit. It's the most manliest version of the DNA. So is the OG Camera still worth it? That's a tricky one. If you just want the straight cinnamon blast, I think so. If you're not into coffee and you don't want the Dukan, then the OG is just the OG for a reason. There's a reason there's 2 flankers off this one. This one was such a hit. This is one of the only fragrances I actually have backup bottles of. I only have backup bottles of 5 fragrances, and this is one of them. And it's partly because it was early on in my fragrance journey, and I smelled this, and I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. I'm definitely gonna rip through this. I mean, and I started to. I mean, look at this. I mean, a good quarter of this bottle is gone. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna wear this for like a year or two, but then no, I slipped way down the rabbit hole, much further than anticipated. I'm just stuck in here now with all my fragrances. And that's fine. That's fine. I've accepted it, and I'm happy with it. But is it still worth buying? Yes. If you don't like coffee and you don't like the sound of the pimento pepper in the flippin' Dukan, even though that's not necessarily a good representation of that fragrance, like I said, I think it's more manly camera. But I do think this one's worth it if you just want that nice, beautiful cinnamon boozy blast. I think it's beautiful. But it's also very unisex. But anyways, that's my list right there. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Tell me some of your hypebees that you bought that you still think are worth it. And I appreciate every single one of you. If this video made you smile, please hit all those buttons, because that would really make me smile. It would make YouTube smile. I see the algorithm. And then next time YouTube sends me a little email about all my algorithm, they'll send me one in a nice positive tone. I showed you sometimes YouTube sends you little notes like, oh, less people are clicking on this video. And you're like, yeah, I could see that. Thank you. Well, YouTube just likes to like twist it a little bit. They're like, do better. But anyways, you understand my point here. I'm trying to do better. But I appreciate all of you. I love all of you. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. Blessings all around. And bye for now, baby.